Memories with Meg. Meg!
You want a memory, huh? I'll give you a memory. When I was probably 14 years old, my friends and I used to have movie nights, like, all the time. Because when you're 14, you have nothing better to do than watch movies all the time. Now, I don't remember what movie we were watching, I don't remember anything other than we were at my friend's house. She had this huge basement with these big comfy couches and everything, and we were actually home alone. There were 3 of us. It was pretty late at night, and her parents for some reason thought that we would be fine by ourselves until, like, 3 in the morning. I think we might have been having a sleepover, because that's what I always did. So the movie got over, we were in her basement, and we decided to venture upstairs for some food. You know, it was pretty late. We had the munchies. And as we went upstairs, we noticed that something was amiss. And by amiss, I mean horribly wrong. Before her parents had left, we had been given charge of the house, you know, locked up, all the doors were shut, locked, windows shut tight, we made sure everything was locked down, garage is closed, everything was, like, good to go, safe. We were alone and fine. We walked upstairs and the front door was open. No, the front door was not unlocked. The front door was open. Open! Naturally, we freaked out a little bit because it had been locked, it had been closed, we had made sure that everything was locked down, and so we didn't know if there had been like an intruder in the house, we didn't know why it was open. Ah! Now, as you remember from a previous memory of mine, I'm kind of the take-charge individual of my friendships. Apparently I'm the tough one, the one that can take care of herself, the one that ends up wielding knives and chasing burglars around the house. So after our initial reaction of seeing the front door open, we decided it would be a good idea to kind of check the house, make sure there was nobody hiding in the closets, under the beds, you know, make sure there were no burglars. Because we're 14 and we're geniuses and we can take on a burglar. What is wrong with me? Because, you know, 3 14-year-old girls like running around and being like, I'm gonna get you, you burglars! You better watch out, burglars! So once again, I'm leading my friends around the house. They're in a trail behind me and we're checking closets, looking under beds, you know, looking in every single room, checking to make sure that everything is clear. And as is pretty natural for anything like this, we start in the basement and work our way up. We get done with the basement and the main floor, and all that's left is actually like a loft. She didn't really have a 3rd floor, it was just kind of a big open space with one big room and a closet, and it was kind of like an entertainment room. It only had one entrance, and there was only one way to get to it, through a staircase that went up and then turned, and turned again to the doorway. So we're walking up the stairs, we turn! There's nothing there. Walk up, and then we get to the doorway and the door's closed. This was odd because I thought we had been in the loft earlier and left the door open. A little antsy myself at this point, I decided the best option would be to throw open the door really fast and just look into the room. It's one big room, I'll be able to see everything with one look, just throw open the door, get it done with, right? So I get my hand on the handle, I turn the knob slowly, and I push the door! And it bounces back into me. Something was behind the door pushing it back so that we couldn't open it. I have never screamed and run so fast in my life. We were down the stairs and out the front door in the street, yelling our heads off for the neighbors to hear within like 10 seconds. Because we make smart decisions. One of the neighbors was actually my friend's dad, who came out and talked to us and was like, what's happening? What's going on? You know, why are you out in the street yelling at 1 in the morning? We tell him that we think there's an intruder in our friend's house and that we want him to come check it out. We're sorry we didn't call him first because that was not our first inclination. We wanted to check the house out ourselves. What the... Now keep in mind, during this entire conversation, the front door had again been left wide open. So we bring over my friend's dad, and he comes over and he comes to check out the house. We again do the basement to attic sweep. This time we get to the attic, and the door's open. Wide open! We walk inside to see if there's anything that could have been causing resistance. I could have tried to open the door and hit, you know, like a beanbag or something. Anything that could have possibly caused the door to throw back at me the way that it did. There's nothing in front of the door. There's nothing! Somebody pushed the door back at me. That's the only explanation. But they're gone now. And it was just us in the house again. It ended up that nothing was stolen, nobody was hurt, nothing ever really came of this intruder that we never actually saw. Just, experienced. And to this day, it's one of the most horrifying experiences of my childhood. It was probably like a neighbor trying to pull a prank or something. I don't know, jerks. The moral of the story, I guess, is to never be me in a situation where there's a possible intruder in the house, because you're the one that ends up having to lead everybody else in search of the intruder, and you're the one that's gonna get killed first! I should have died. I should be dead. I don't know. I don't know. Friggin' teenagers, man. Idiots.